40 minutes. So it's been a tough start to the season for the Flyers. We take a look at the starting lineups. First for the Ole Miss Rebels, you've got Maya Taylor, Angel Baker, and Marquisha Davis in the backcourt, and then Snutta Collins joins Madison Scott in the front court for the Rebels, who are led by, again, Yolette McPhee-McEwen in her 5th season as the head coach of Ole Miss. The Dayton Flyers, again, Ashley, a shorthanded team. They only have 7 players available plus a walk-on, so some new faces are in the starting lineup here today. No Sydney Freeman, who made 3 starts out of the first 4 games, so expect some production from players like Nayo at Ole Miss, but as someone from the Bahamas, she became the first Bahamian woman to sign a D1 letter of intent to play basketball, and she has since taken her journey to so many different places. We'll touch on it as this game goes on, as we are underway in the Pink Flamingo Championship night session, game 4 of 4 on day 1 of the Pink Flamingo Championship. Dayton starts with a basketball in the white unis. Nio Lear misses the opening shot, and we have a foul underneath against the Ole Miss Rebels.
That's a great way to get an offense going that is short-handed. Attack the offensive glass early, get those easy rebound putbacks, and possibly get Ole Miss in foul trouble.
And a smart decision there from Destiny Bohannon, who just throws it off of an Ole Miss player to recycle the inbound. A catch and shoot from Bohannon. And she will really have to carry this Dayton team on her shoulders here today. Nice drive and take. First bucket of the game for Maya Taylor, the graduate student, making her 5th start of the season, averaging just over 5 points per game. That's out of bounds, and we'll stay with the Dayton Flyers. We mentioned earlier, Dayton, the 3-time defending A-10 regular season champions, but they lost a bunch of pieces from a season ago. Lost all 5 starters. Simply put, a reset here in the 2022-2023 season. Here's Angel Baker. Facilitates Maya Taylor, graduate student from Olive Branch, Mississippi. Shot clock is at 8. Taylor gets the screen. Taylor, good pass inside, bounces off of Madison Scott. 3-pointer on the way, and the Flyers have a 3-2 lead. As that 3-pointer drops for Anissa Jones. Anissa Jones tries again. And a foul against the Dayton Flyers. Anissa Jones, a junior from Westerville, Ohio. Her first season at Dayton. She transferred from Ohio State.
Dayton has to be careful. They're shorthanded, and they don't want to get in foul trouble early, so they have to be smart about the fouls that they take on early in the first quarter.
A drive. A layup and the foul as Marquisha Davis, the senior from Arkansas, will head to the free throw line. And a look at this tough bucket. Draws the foul on Shannon Wheeler.
Second team foul, basket counts. Going to the line, shooting 1.
It's been a rough start here for Ole Miss. 1 of 6 from the floor. Destiny Bohannon loses it. Good look inside. Shannon Wheeler. Making her second start of the season, the sophomore from Detroit, Michigan, is Dayton making a statement early. A team that is winless coming into tonight. Foul is on Anissa Jones, her first personal. Look at that tough putback from Shannon Wheeler. Angel Baker at the free throw line. The senior from Indianapolis, Indiana. Last season became Ole Miss's first ever SEC 6th Woman of the Year. Wright State transfer. Now into the starting role for Coach Yo in 2022-2023. Turnover. Here come the Rebels. Baker stops on a dime, pulls up. Flyers a reset. Great deflection for Ole Miss. A whistle and a foul. Mariah Perez, the senior, will head to the free throw line. 6'3" senior from Newark, New Jersey.
Really impressed with Perez and the Dayton Flyers team as a whole. Perez has 4 rebounds already in the game. She's been really active on the glass. And Dayton's defense has been very solid so far to start.
Something that we may not have expected, or at least people may not have expected to see, considering that Dayton has struggled defensively this season, giving up nearly 78 points per game in their 4 contests, which have all resulted in losses, but they certainly have looked like a team that has not lost 4 straight games to begin the season.
It's still very, very early on in the game, but they have Ole Miss shooting 25% from the field right now.
Scott swings it over to Maya Taylor. Now at top of the key 3 off the side of the rim from Snetta Collins. Great job from Tyler Singleton getting her hand in the passing lane there down low to deflect it. It'll be Dayton basketball underneath the bucket. Anissa Jones to inbound. Tough shot from Bohannon. And the Rebels ramp up the tempo. Singleton launches a 3. And Ole Miss just 2 of 10 from the floor to start this game. Jones dribbles it off her foot. Substitution for the Rebels, Destiny Salary, the junior from Jonesboro, Arkansas, comes off the bench, averaging 7.5 points a contest this season. Great defense from Dayton, keeping the ball out of the paint. Salary strong on the jumper. Prior to that first shot, I don't believe the ball touched the paint. It was just around the perimeter. There's a 3 for Destiny Salary.
And that's one thing Ole Miss can do. If they're not knocking down their first shot. They're very dangerous on the they have the potential to be very dangerous on the offensive glass, and the second chance points are going to kill Dayton.
Two-point lead for the Rebels. And the second time that Anissa Jones has turned it over.
Foul is called on number 33, Destiny Bohannon. That's her first.
Destiny Bohannon picks up her first personal.
Substitution coming in now for the Flyers.
Taisia Kozlova will enter the game, the junior from Moscow, Russia, who has started 3 of the first 4 games this season for Tamika Williams-Jeter, but this is a Flyers team that is shorthanded. Here tonight, just 8 players are available. Tyler Singleton gets the kindly bounce for Ole Miss, who's got the 11-7 lead. Kozlova quickly off the pine, knocks down a corner 3. The energy is certainly in the air tonight with the Ole Miss Rebels. Coach Yo from the Bahamas coaching here. More on that when we come back. Nassau, our location tonight, and our location all week long for the pick. Yolette McPhee-McEwen in her 5th season as the head coach of the Ole Miss Rebels, coming back to her home country of the Bahamas. Following last season, Coach Yo became the first woman in Bahamian history to coach at the men's national level in the Bahamas. She was an assistant coach at the World Cup qualifiers for the Bahamian men's senior national team. As Wheeler scores in transition. Pretty awesome for her to have that opportunity to be an assistant for the Bahamian men's national team.
I mean, they love Coach Yo out here. We were talking before the game, and she's been doing interviews and chatting it up with everybody. I mean, it's got to be a great homecoming.
3-pointer falls for Tyler Singleton. 14-12 lead for the Rebels. Takeaway. And Ole Miss starting to piece it together. Marquisha Davis scores. 4-point lead for Ole Miss. Bohannon, quick catch. Salary stops, floats it up. Fight for the rebound underneath. Look at Destiny Salary. Possession arrow will stay with the the Ole Miss Rebels. Tamika Williams-Jeter still happy with her squad's defensive effort there. She was clapping her hands on the sideline. Five on the shot clock. Salary short, and Kozlova secures the rebound for Dayton. Mariah Perry, a little indecisive there, and miscommunication. All right, turnover. The 3rd Dayton turnover. Loose ball foul goes. Goes against the Ole Miss Rebels, Rita Igbakwe. Senior from Jonesboro, Georgia. Well, this is an Ole Miss team that that is slotted fifth in the SEC media poll, highest since the 2005 season, and coming off a very impressive 23-9 campaign a season ago where they were a 7th seed in the NCAA tournament. Marquisha Davis steps on the baseline.
Great transition defense there by Dayton. You know, missed shot, and Ole Miss is going to take off and go. That's where they get their money, is in transition. So great job by Dayton getting back, stopping the ball, and, you know, finding your man in the open court.
There is Destiny Bohannon, a redshirt junior from Huber Heights, Ohio. Comes in averaging more than 42 minutes per game, which is top 5 in the nation. Great takeaway. Maya Taylor, that's swatted away by Shannon Wheeler. Airplane mode for Shannon Wheeler.
She did a great job there timing it. You can see, you know, not everybody can do that. She's able to get there and get a tip on the ball without getting a foul.
Madison Scott, too strong. Scott still looking for her first bucket of the game, and Dayton will slow it down. Inside a minute to play in the first quarter from the Baha Mar Convention Center in Nassau. Bohannon drives, and she is fouled.
Foul is called on 5. Sanuda Collins is second.
Sanuda Collins picks up her second. You know, more on this Ole Miss team. Yes, they had a great season last year. They are missing quite a piece, though, from a season ago. Shakira Austin, a 2-time first-team All-SEC selection, was the 3rd overall pick in the 2022 WNBA draft. That's certainly a big piece to fill if you're Coach Yo. Selected by the Washington Mystics. Maya Taylor. Good dribbling from Taylor as she weaves around Kozlova. And a foul away from the ball on the Ilana Eaton three-point attempt. Madison Scott picks up the foul. Ole Miss has got the lead, Ashley, but they've not shot the ball well. They don't have a field goal in their last 3+ minutes, and they're shooting just 31%. Dayton not much better, 33%.
Yeah, I mean, both teams getting up and down the court, and sometimes when you play fast like that, you get a little off rhythm. So and they'll come, it'll settle in this first quarter.
Destiny Bohannon at the free throw line. I was looking online and read an article in the Dayton Daily News a couple of weeks ago, and Destiny was asked about the change in head coaches. Tamika Williams-Jeter in her first season, and Destiny said the atmosphere feels different. Good vibes, though, with Coach Williams-Jeter coming over, but the expectations remain the same, which I think is a big point of emphasis considering the fact that Dayton is the 3-time defending A10 regular season champions.
And you can see it here today. Just because they're shorthanded, that doesn't make a difference. They're still going to play just as hard as they normally would.
Shot clock turned off. Third effort with 4.3 seconds. Tyler Singleton will head to the free throw line. Yeah, they have been very solid in the A10. Picked 10th in this year's A10 preseason poll. That's probably because when you look on paper, they lost all 5 starters from a season ago. One of those players, the 2022 A10 most improved, Nakira Cook, who transferred to Illinois. Singleton 1 of 2 from the line. 3 seconds left in the first quarter. The heave from 3/4 court, no dice from Anissa Jones. And we are done with 1 quarter of play. Slow start for both offenses. Yeah, a heck of a resume as a player, not just a coach.
And to add on to that, she's a 2-time national champion at UConn, the 6th overall pick in a WNBA draft in 2002. She was drafted by the Lynx.
Yeah, so her playing career well documented and decorated. And she comes back home as well. She grew up in Dayton, Ohio. (17-15) lead for the Ole Miss Rebels. Both teams shooting right around 30% from the floor as a travel is called. What are your overall impressions when you look at the stat sheet from the way this game has gone, Ashley?
I mean, pretty even so far. Neither team's shooting very well. I mean, definitely impressed with how Dayton's come out, especially being shorthanded. And I think Ole Miss is going to get going. Their transition game can be really dangerous. And I think once they lock in on the defensive end, they'll be able to create some turnovers and get some easy points in transition.
Shot clock at 6. Jones shovels it. Lost, and with 1 second left, no dice. Maria Perez just couldn't quite secure the rock. And Dayton has turned it over 5 times now. Maya Taylor brings the ball up the floor. A top prospect in high school, chose Mississippi State. And after 5 seasons, here she is in year 1 at Ole Miss. Point guard who is currently guarding Nio Lear of Dayton. Nice score inside. Malia Perry, the redshirt senior from Columbus, Ohio.
Great recognition by Perry. She saw she had a smaller guard on her, was calling for the ball, and was able to get the defender on her back and score easily in the paint.
Baseline J is cash. Tyla Singleton, a senior with 8 points to lead the Rebels. Singleton only averages just over 5 points per game in year 1 at Ole Miss after playing 4 seasons at Rutgers. Nio Lear, good ball fake to create the separation. And Lear defensively comes up with a steal. The pass ahead to Bohannon, and the Flyers going punch for punch so far with Ole Miss. And an atmosphere that certainly has a lot of energy on the Ole Miss side because Coach Joe coming home to her native country, the Bahamas.
Yeah, you can see this is the most people we've had in the gym all day. There's other teams here watching this game. Really exciting atmosphere here right now.
Weak side rebound for Kozlova. Perhaps we are in for, we've saved the best for last maybe, with the outcome. Could be close down the stretch. Good footwork inside from Mariah Perez, the senior. And we've got a timeout on the floor taken by the Ole Miss Bears, looking for their first win of this season against the Ole Miss Rebels. It has been a back and forth show so far. Back with Ashley Jones. My name is Sam Hyman. Glad you're with us for the Pink Flamingo Championship final game of the day. What a battle so far it's been. Ole Miss has had a tough time scoring the basketball. You've got to give a lot of credit, Ashley, to the pesky defense as that Singleton bank shot is down. Dayton's defense has been, they've been aggressive. What's really stuck out to you about their defense?
They exactly what you said. They've been aggressive. They've gotten their hands on balls. They've gotten deflections. They've been active. They're just getting up in Ole Miss's grill and trying to make them feel as uncomfortable as they can.
blocked. Good hands from Rita Igbakwe. Maya Young on the right wing. Mississippi State transfer. And that three-pointer is pure from Marquisha Davis, the Arkansas transfer. Her first three of the game.
And when Ole Miss has been able to move the ball around the key, when they keep it on one side, the offense becomes stagnant. When they're able to go from one side to the other and back, they've gotten good shots.
Ball movement certainly has been key. Nice spin move by Perez, a little too strong. And Destiny Salary gobbles up the loose ball. Three-ball corner pocket. Offensive rebound, that's the fifth for the Rebels today. Seven to shoot for Ole Miss. Nice cut without the ball. Salary scores. Off-ball movement. How about the Ole Miss energy on the sidelines right now? Timeout. Tanika Williams-Jeter. And we will step. Actually, we're going to keep it here. Just a 30-second timeout.
What a block there. And again,
led by Tyler Singleton, who has 10 points tonight. Aggressive defense, a little bit too aggressive though, as Marquisha Davis picks up the foul. Her first.
And that's a foul that you're okay with. I think if you're Coach Yoshi, everybody's hype on that sideline and they're wanting to be more aggressive on the defensive end. It's okay to take a foul, especially when it's your first one. Just, you want to let the opponent know, hey, I'm here and you're going to have to work to get past me.
Yeah, certainly that sets the tone. That'll stay with Dayton. Tyus Singleton with the 10 points I mentioned earlier for Ole Miss. Her career high is 18. So well on her way if she keeps this up.
And a delay of game warning has been called on the Rebels.
Delay of game warning was just issued. Skip pass up top for Ty Kozlova. 7 to shoot for the Flyers. Great deflection, and here comes Maya Taylor ahead of the pack. Salary puts it in, plus the foul. Destiny Salary. Give her a raise.
What a move. Another instance of when you get 2 feet in the paint, good things happen. I mean, almost every time I feel like I sound like a broken record, but the paint is your friend. Get in the paint and good things will happen.
Junior from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Offensive rebound for the Rebels. And a foul. Ole Miss on a 9-0 run. 28-21. Pull-up jumper off the mark. Kozlova secures. Dayton hasn't scored in over 3 minutes. Trying to snap this 9-0 Ole Miss run. And a reach and foul goes against Angel Baker.
Angel Baker, my first personal team foul on 2.
And a 5-second call. Dayton's offense has not been able to get going. How do they get going, simply put?
I mean, it's hard to handle a team's pressure like that. Ole Miss is really giving them fits right now, but they just have to maybe get a couple transition points and run their offense. You can't let something like that bother you. They have to play their own game, run their offense. That's what they did in the beginning. They were able to run their sets and get good looks at the basket. They just have to get back to that.
Nice look inside. Baker finds Tyus Singleton. She's got 12 points. An 11-0 run for the Rebels over the last 4 minutes. The cowbells are out and about behind the Ole Miss bench in support of Coach Yo coming back to the Bahamas. 4 on the shot clock. And the scoring drought continues for Dayton. No points in over 4 minutes. Baker scurries down the right lane. And a foul on the floor. Fouls on Malia Perry, the redshirt senior.
Again, Ole Miss all over the offensive glass. I mean, they're just flying in there and getting their hands on everything that goes up.
Certainly crashing the glass. Good initial reactions to the ball off the rim. There's another offensive rebound. Singleton can't put it back. Another try for Singleton. She's had 2 chances, now a third. And a reach and foul called on Dayton.
I mean, Ole Miss is just all over the offensive glass. They're turning Dayton over, and the energy level has just been better for Ole Miss. That first quarter, it was a little up and down, but you can tell the energy level has skyrocketed, and they're all over the offensive glass.
Tyus Singleton, too strong. Approaching 2 minutes to play until halftime. An 11-0 run for Ole Miss. Kozlova launches, and finally, the iron kind. And that snaps a 5-minute scoring drought for the Dayton Flyers. And they're actually going to call it just a 2-point basket. Her foot was on the line. Kozlova. Nice drive. Good crossover to get the bucket. Nio Lear, the freshman, making just her 2nd start of the season.
Lear doing a great job of handling the pressure out there, really composed herself and was able to get a good shot off on that possession.
First points of the game for Lear. Again, moments early in the season for freshmen especially to prove that they deserve minutes. And despite Dayton not scoring in 5 minutes, this is only a 5-point game. So while Dayton has struggled to score for a stretch of time, Coach Williams Jeter and the Flyers can go into the locker room with some momentum, basically, knowing that they're hanging around. Shot clock turned off, 6 seconds left. Angel Baker spins in the lane, loses the ball. Bohannon keeps it up off the iron. A 30-25 lead for the Ole Miss Rebels, but it has not been easy as we will head to halftime. The first half stats, again, not much in the three-point department. A 30-25 lead for the Ole Miss Rebels. Bench points favoring Dayton 19-7. That's one stat that wasn't on your screen. Possession will go to Dayton.
And right off the bat, you can see Ole Miss. What looks like a man press here. Trying to cause some havoc here early in the third quarter, maybe create some turnovers and get a couple easy baskets.
And I misspoke earlier. It's actually Ole Miss leading the bench point department 19-7. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Shannon Wheeler, nice job to stop on a dime there. No dice. Here's Angel Baker, who backs up. Three-pointer from the corner, Snutta Collins. And a foul. That goes on Maria Perez, the senior, her second personal. Got to give a lot of credit to the Dayton Flyers. They are playing with only 8 players available today. They actually only have 11 on the roster. Coach Williams Jeter has used 7 of the 8 available players. The 8th is a walk-on. That bucket counts him. A foul for Marquisha Davis.
Great recognition of the defender going under the screen. She gets to the elbow quick, finds her spot, and knocks down the jumper.
32-25 lead. Marquisha Davis, the Arkansas transfer, only played in 7 games last season before deciding to transfer to Ole Miss. There's more of that pressure from the Rebels. Great cut inside, but Malia Perry unable to finish. We have seen Dayton in this game do a good job moving without the ball. They just have not been able to convert. Good step through from Anissa Jones, and she draws the foul.
And that's one way to get your offense going. You get a stop on one end, push the ball in transition, and get to the free throw line. Again, seeing that ball go through the net does something for a player. So getting to the free throw line is an easy way to kind of get your offense back on track.
Substitution for Ole Miss as Rita Igbakwe will come in, the 6'4" senior from Jonesboro, Georgia. And here's Anissa Jones in her first season at Dayton. Spent the last 2 years at Ohio State. Here's Maya Taylor. Taylor with just 2 points in this game. Skips it over. And a tough pass from Marquisha Davis. Taylor cashes in a jumper. Her second field goal of the game. They basically just left her alone. She's like, why not? I'll take that. Floater from Anissa Jones. And the Rebels maneuver the other way. Both teams shooting 33% from the floor today. Not that surprising that Ole Miss has only taken 3 threes in this game, because they come in with a percentage of 28% from downtown. Have been more of a 2-point scoring squad. There's Destiny Bohannon. And now Shannon Wheeler. Short offensive rebound. And the putback for Malia Perry, the redshirt senior. 35-29 lead. And a collision on the near sideline between Maya Taylor and Nio Lear. Kentucky, Missouri, or pardon me, Virginia Tech, Missouri, and Utah. The 3 winners earlier today. Ole Miss trying to be the 4th, and Maya Taylor rattles in Ole Miss's 4th 3 of the game. And the Rebels create a turnover, but traveling is the call. This is the largest lead of the game for Ole Miss. Kozlova, catch and release. Young, or Taylor, I should say. You like that decision there for Ole Miss, just to run and gun, one and done immediately, not utilizing the clock. There's a Dayton 3 from Ty Kozlova.
I mean, that's their game, so they don't want to get too far away from that. I think they have to pick and choose when to push and when to pull it out. That may have been one to pull it out. But that's their game, and that's where they make their money. So, you know, you live and die by the way you run your game plan. So, not necessarily dislike the decision. You got to pick and choose what you want to do there.
A couple of substitutions for Ole Miss, as Taya Singleton comes into the game, as well as Angel Baker. Destiny Salary with 7 points. Here's Baker, pull-up jumper. No. Offensive rebound. Singleton got ripped to the floor there. How about Taya Singleton? 12 points, 9 rebounds. Solid all-around game as the arrow favors Dayton. I guess what is Dayton doing to stay in this game? Because it feels like they could easily be down by much more than 6.
Yeah, they've done a pretty decent job taking care of the ball, and then on that last possession, they switched to a zone and hoped to slow down Ole Miss in their high-powered offense. Because like you said, Ole Miss is not necessarily the best three-point shooting team, and so that's one way to slow down a team that drives the basketball is going to a zone.
.38-32 lead for Ole Miss. Midway point of the third quarter here in Nassau. Pink Flamingo Championship. Loose ball underneath. Bohannon collects it. 8 on the shot clock. Niall Lear, teardrop. And Bohannon secures the offensive rebound, and she is fouled. One thing I've noticed with Bohannon, she's very quick to trigger when she's got the ball. A couple of times inside the key, she's caught it and just shot it up immediately.
And that's a good thing, too. When you go up, you want to keep the ball high. Instead of having like all the guards who are slapping at you below, you just, as soon as you get it up and go up again.
Yeah, always being shot ready, right?
Absolutely.
Bohannon, who has not come out of this game. She's played all 25 minutes. Not a surprise, though. She's averaging 42 minutes per game. The reason why that number is above 40 is because Dayton has played in 2 games in overtime. One of them went into double overtime. They're actually coming off a heartbreaking 82-78 loss in double overtime to Northern Kentucky. 4 on the shot clock. And look at Bohannon battling, and she gets the jump ball. Possession arrow stays with Ole Miss. One second on the shot clock. The heave looked good from here, but Maya Taylor is just a little bit too short. 38-34 lead for Ole Miss. Rebels have led by as many as 9. That shot attempt from Shannon Wheeler is a little bit too strong. Wheeler's been fairly quiet with no points in the second half after she had 4 in the first. And traveling on Taya Singleton. .318 and counting here in the third quarter from Nassau. On the low post, Maria Perez loses the ball. Maya Taylor, great feed inside for Singleton. Good vision ahead. Bohannon scores in transition, and it's a one-possession game. Angel Baker answers right back. 40-36. Trading buckets. Shannon Wheeler with her first bucket of the second half. The energy on the Dayton sidelines right now at an all-time high. Tamika Williams-Cheddar getting in a defensive stance. Timeout, Ole Miss. A 40-38 lead for Ole Miss. Dayton last led 21-19 with 7 minutes and 11 seconds left in the second quarter. It's been a minute. Maya Taylor off the mark. Three-pointer hasn't been kind for Ole Miss. They're 4 of 16 from three. That's below 25%. Angel Baker rises. 4 of 17 from three. Baker this time a 2-point bucket. That goes off the iron. And that's tipped out of bounds and stays with the Rebels. Ole Miss trying to remain undefeated on the season. Team picked 5th in the SEC media poll. Highest preseason ranking since 2005. Looking to build off of making the NCAA tournament a season ago, as that is too strong. This has been a really frustrating possession here for Ole Miss. They keep getting the ball back, but they're not, doesn't look like they're getting quality looks.
And Dayton again has dropped into that zone. And the thing with zone is it's hard to rebound. You slow down a team that does a good job of getting in the paint when you move to a zone defense, but then it's hard to rebound. And you see Ole Miss has had several tries at the basket.
Nice crossover, Angel Baker. And after a handful of opportunities, Baker finally puts it in, and it's a 4-point lead for Ole Miss with less than a minute to play in the third quarter. Bohannon on the left wing. She is the engine. 7 to shoot. Bohannon. Kozlova steps through. What a tough rebound. And a foul to boot. Actually, that was a very impressive rebound from Marquisha Davis. Good to go up and get that. .27 seconds left in quarter number 3. Ole Miss leads by 4. Maya Taylor holding for the final shot, it appears. And there's a steal. Nio Lear, coast to coast. And a little boost of battery life from the Dayton Flyers at the end of the third quarter, as it is just a one-possession game as we head to the fourth. Buckle up, Ole Miss. Both offenses have struggled here tonight. Ole Miss 7 assists, 11 turnovers. Dayton 11 assists, 13 turnovers. So both teams have more turnovers than assists. But because they're doing that equally, we've got a close game, 42-40.
Very close game. We can see here Ole Miss comes out in the zone right away, right out of the timeout.
Anissa Jones knocks down the jumper and ties the game at 42. Maybe we have saved the best for last. Another Collins shoots that one off the iron. Dayton basketball. Flyers slowing it down.
And Ole Miss back into man. It looks like they just came out in zone right out of that timeout. Now they're back into their man defense.
Shot clock at 2. Jones struggling, loses it. Taya Singleton in transition. Feel like Ole Miss plays better in man-to-man defense. Was that surprising to see them come out in the zone there?
No, I mean, Coach Hill calls timeout, kind of get things situated, and sometimes the coach will do that. They'll change a look up out of a timeout just to kind of throw the offense off. I'm sure Dayton wasn't expecting that. You know, they capitalized on it, but sometimes just to throw off the offense.
Taya Singleton, the senior, with 14 points to lead all scorers. And an answer from Nio Lear, the freshman, with 6 points. Wow, this is turning into some type of ending, 44-44. Coach Yo is not getting it easy in her return to her home country, the Bahamas. Tangling with a pesky Dayton team that's searching for their first win of the season. While Ole Miss is trying to remain perfect on the season as Bohannon misses the jumper. Great takeaway from Malaya Perry. And a timeout on the floor by Dayton. This is something else. We will step aside, 44 up. It's been a defensive grind here in our final game of the day from Nassau. Back with Ashley Jones, I'm Sam Hyman. Glad you could join us here on Flow Hoops. Anissa Jones inbounds. What's the key down the stretch here for Dayton?
Take care of the ball and get a good shot off every single possession. That is going to be really key for them to make sure they execute each time down the court.
Bohannon drives, acrobatically unable to hit. Maya Taylor feeds Davis off the mark. Offensive rebound, though, for the Rebels. Madison Scott turns around and knocks it down. Her first bucket of the game. She has been 0 of 2 from the floor. Not much activity at all for Scott, who is our player to watch. Preseason second team all SEC. Averaging 9 points and 8.8 rebounds per game. She's been shut down today.
But she comes in and gets a clutch bucket for her team right when they need it. And sometimes that's what matters most, when you can come in and knock down a bucket right when your team needs it.
7 to shoot for the Flyers. Malia Perry out of control, finds Shannon Wheeler, but not enough time. Shot clock violation. What do you make of the way that Ole Miss has come out of the timeout here? A lot of energy on both ends of the floor.
You have to continue to be active on the defensive end. Like I said, this game is going to be won with possessions and who can really take care of the ball. And you can see they just have a different type of energy right here down the last 6 minutes of the game.
Snutter Collins fires and is fouled. Thought that may have bounced back down the cylinder. So 3 shots for Snutter Collins.
Going to the line, shooting 3. Number 5, Snutter Collins.
And so Collins will shoot 3 free throws. Comes in a 71% free throw shooter. Their first free throws of the night. Two for 2. Ole Miss 6 of 9 from the free throw line as a team. 7 of 10. A perfect 3 for 3 for Snutter Collins, and it's a 5-point Ole Miss lead. The fewest points Ole Miss has scored in a game this season, 58. They beat Little Rock 58-40, but they come in averaging 76 points per game through 4 games. This is a bit of a surprise to see their offense struggle this much. 7 to shoot.
It's been kind of a grinded out game for both teams, shooting in the 30 percentiles.
Shot clock violation as Madison Scott fired up at midcourt, and so are these Ole Miss fans behind Coach Yo, back in her home country. Approaching the 5-minute mark. 4th quarter. Marquisha Davis off the mark. Offensive rebound, Madison Scott. A spark plug here in the 4th quarter. She didn't score in the first 3 quarters. She's got 4 points in the 4th. Dayton hasn't scored in the last 3 minutes. Nia Lear swirls out the long 2. Coast to coast, strong from Maya Taylor. And Dayton gets a little bit too ahead of themselves. Ole Miss ball. What a great atmosphere tonight here inside the Baha Mar Convention Center. A couple of coaches from the other teams that played earlier today. Lynn Roberts for Utah, Kyra Elzy, Kentucky, Christy Curry, Alabama. They're all watching this contest, and they're watching Madison Scott make noise in the 4th quarter. She's got 6 points.
And that's the sign of a veteran player who wasn't necessarily making shots early in the game that she would normally make, but she didn't let that rattle her. And here she is down the stretch, coming up huge for her team.
She is 3 for 3 from the floor in the 4th quarter with 6. Kozlova. And she travels. Things are going sideways now for Dayton. It's a 9-0 run for the Ole Miss Rebels. Do you think right now is where that lack of depth for Dayton starts to take a toll? Dayton only has played 7 players today. They only have 8 technically available.
Yeah, they're definitely feeling it right now. But they've given Ole Miss all that they can handle so far. But
there's Igboukwe with a putback. But you think that you could see some fatigue maybe settling in for Dayton watching their players?
A little fatigue, kind of making some mistakes that they probably wouldn't normally make if they had a little bit more breathing room.
Deflection. Bohannon slips. Ole Miss thought it was a travel. It wasn't. Kozlova with 7 to shoot. And they'll stay with Dayton. Well, the Flyers still have time, but they really need to ratchet things up right now. Ole Miss makes a quick change. Taya Singleton heads out to the floor. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Dayton. Deflection, and here comes Maya Taylor. Races the step through from Taylor. Offensive rebound, Singleton, and a foul. Madison Scott catches on the right elbow. And now Snetta Collins knew she missed it, got it back and puts it in. A chance for a three-point play. A 13-0 run for Ole Miss. Look at the sprint into the box.
What a heads-up play. You shoot that ball, most times you know if that shot's going in or not. But she knew that one wasn't going in, sprinted in, hit the offensive glass hard, and draws an and one. Huge momentum play for Ole Miss.
Collins connects on the three-point play. Have the tides turned here in the fourth. 15-4, 16-4 advantage for Ole Miss here in the fourth quarter. It'll stay with Dayton. What has Ole Miss done so well here in the fourth, Ashley, to get out to a 16-4 advantage in the final frame?
They've hit the glass. I mean, they have gotten active on the offensive board, and they've been the aggressor. They've been able to turn Dayton over and really take possessions away from them and get easy shots in transition.
Flyers haven't scored in over 5 minutes of action. 2:20 to play. And a foul underneath. Well, Taya Singleton with her 14 points, 4 shy of a career high. She also has 13 rebounds, which ties a career high. A double-double for the senior who is in her first season at Ole Miss after playing 4 seasons at Rutgers. Healy got the offensive rebound there. Scott fouls Nia Lear. That's Scott's 4th personal. What an effort from Madison Scott in the 4th quarter. She was completely forgotten about if you're looking at the stat sheet. Didn't score in the first 3 quarters, and she scores 6 to this point in the 4th on 3 of 3 shooting as Nia Lear hits the free throw. But like you mentioned earlier, she can impact the game in other ways. Her energy certainly stands out.
That's really the sign of a leader on a team. When you're not scoring, a lot of players will get down, they'll get in their head and kind of get out of their game, but she didn't let that bother her. She's been energy the entire night, and now when they need it most, she's able to get a couple buckets for them.
Maya Taylor circles back in year 1 at Ole Miss. In charge at the point guard spot. Taylor feeds Scott. The teardrop. And Madison Scott is 4 of 4 from the floor in the 4th quarter. Turnover. And you can tell Scott is locked in here in the fourth. Two bounces off the iron.
Correction, fourth personal.
So 2 shots here for Madison Scott. Preseason second team All-SEC selection. 2 years ago, I should say, was the SEC Freshman of the Year. So since she got to campus at Ole Miss, she has produced. What a rebound from Collins. Inside 90 seconds to play. Angel Baker rattles in a 3.
Number 2, Angel Baker, 4-3.
And just looking at the stat sheet, something that I noticed right off the bat that really made a difference tonight, Ole Miss with 25 offensive rebounds compared to Dayton's 9.
Yeah, that will certainly change the complexion of the game.
And then in turn, 23 second chance points. I mean, that's the game right there. Huge difference.
Bohannon is blocked by Singleton. A putback from Anissa Jones. But looks like it's too little too late. Scott. And that's her first miss from the floor in the fourth quarter. She was 4 of 4 before that. Shot clock turned off. Bohannon still running the floor. I mean, she averages over 40 minutes per game and doesn't look tired. Dayton backs off the troops, and that will do it. Well, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But Coach Yo returns to her native land, the Bahamas. And the Ole Miss Rebels win at 63-50 over the Dayton Flyers and improve to 5-0 on the season.